Life is short, embrace every moment. Life is short. It's a phrase we've all heard, and while it may sound cliche at times, the deeper truth behind it is undeniable. The brevity of life is a reality we often push aside as we navigate through our daily routines, long-term plans, and constant to-do lists. Yet the truth is, time is our most precious resource. Unlike money, status, or material possessions, time is finite. Once it's spent, it cannot be reclaimed. The realization that life is short should be a wake-up call, not to live in fear, but to live fully, intentionally, and passionately. It's a call to action to appreciate the present moment, to cherish the relationships we have, and to focus on what truly matters. When we truly grasp the fleeting nature of life, we stop waiting for the perfect time and start living in the now. In this motivational video, we'll explore the significance of embracing the brevity of life, why we should prioritize the things that matter most, and how we can live each day with intention, purpose, and joy. Life is short, but that very fact is what makes it so incredibly precious. 1. The reality of time. Understanding life's fragility. At any given moment, life can change in ways we never expected. We're all familiar with stories of people whose lives were suddenly cut short, or who experienced life-altering events that made them realize just how fragile existence really is. While it's not productive to dwell on the fear of life's end, it is essential to recognize that our time here is limited. The problem is that many of us live as though we have an infinite amount of time. We put off things that are important, assuming we'll get to them someday. We hold grudges, procrastinate on our dreams, and delay spending quality time with loved ones. But the reality is that someday is not guaranteed. The only thing we have for certain is the present moment. When we acknowledge life's fragility, it brings a sense of urgency, not the kind that causes stress or anxiety, but the kind that motivates us to live with more intention. It's about being fully present, appreciating each day, and realizing that our time is the most valuable currency we possess. 2. Living with intention. What does it mean? Living with intention means actively choosing how you want to spend your time and energy. It's about focusing on what truly matters to you and not getting swept away by distractions, obligations, or societal expectations. When you realize that life is short, you start to think more critically about how you want to live it. Here are a few ways to start living with more intention. Define your priorities. What matters most to you? Is it your family, your health, your career, or personal growth? Take the time to identify your top priorities in life and make sure they align with how you spend your time. Living intentionally means aligning your actions with your core values and purpose. Focus on the present. Too often, we spend our lives dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, but life is happening right now, in this very moment. Living with intention means being present. It means slowing down, appreciating the beauty in everyday moments, and truly engaging with the world around you. Let go of distractions. We live in an age of constant distraction. Our phones, social media, endless streams of entertainment. While these things can provide temporary amusement, they often pull us away from the things that matter most. Living with intention means being mindful of how you spend your time and cutting out distractions that don't serve your higher purpose. 3. Seizing the day. Why waiting for someday is a risk. How many times have you said to yourself, "I'll do it later," or "I'll get to that someday"? Maybe it's a dream you've always wanted to pursue, a trip you've been longing to take, or even a conversation you've been meaning to have. The problem with the idea of someday is that it's an illusion. It's a promise we make to ourselves without realizing that the future is uncertain. Procrastinating on the things that truly matter is one of the biggest ways we waste the precious time we have. Whether it's putting off a passion project, delaying quality time with loved ones, or avoiding important life changes, we often wait for the right time to act. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The only time we have is now. Life's brevity reminds us that we can't afford to wait. If there's something you've been putting off, ask yourself why. What are you waiting for? Sometimes we hold ourselves back out of fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But the regret of never trying will always outweigh the discomfort of taking a risk. When you embrace the mindset that life is short, you start to prioritize action. You stop waiting for permission or ideal circumstances and start creating your own opportunities. Whether it's taking that first step toward a dream, reaching out to mend a relationship, or simply saying yes to a new experience, seizing the day becomes second nature. 4. Prioritizing relationships, cherishing time with loved ones. One of the most significant ways the brevity of life impacts us is in how we value our relationships. Too often, we take the people we love for granted. We assume that they'll always be there, that there will always be another opportunity to say I love you or to spend time together. But life's unpredictability teaches us that we can't afford to wait. When we lose someone unexpectedly, it's a sobering reminder of how short life truly is. It's in these moments that we realize that the most important things in life are not our possessions, status, or achievements. It's the people we love and the connections we share. If life is short, then the time we spend with our loved ones is invaluable. Make time for the people who matter most to you. Don't let busy schedules or trivial disagreements stand in the way of nurturing your relationships. Whether it's spending more time with family, reaching out to old friends, or being more present with those around you, cherish the time you have with the people who bring joy and meaning to your life. Don't wait for special occasions to express your love and appreciation. Send that message, make that phone call, and be fully present with the people you care about. Life's brevity reminds us to prioritize connection over convenience and love over all else. The power of saying no. Living with the knowledge that life is short also empowers us to say no to things that don't serve us. Many of us live our lives trying to meet the expectations of others, taking on obligations and commitments that drain our time and energy. But when we realize how precious our time is, we gain the confidence to say no to the things that don't align with our values or goals. Saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about protecting your time and energy for the things that matter most. It's about choosing quality over quantity, meaning over obligation. Life is too short to spend it doing things that don't bring you joy or fulfillment. When you learn to say no, you create more space in your life for what truly matters, whether that's pursuing your passions, nurturing relationships, or simply enjoying time for yourself. 6. Living with gratitude. One of the most powerful ways to embrace the brevity of life is to cultivate a mindset of gratitude. When we focus on the shortness of life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by what we don't have or what we haven't yet achieved. But gratitude shifts our perspective. It allows us to focus on the abundance in our lives rather than the scarcity. Gratitude is about appreciating the little things, waking up to a new day, enjoying a meal with loved ones, witnessing a beautiful sunset. When you practice gratitude, you begin to see the beauty and joy that exists in every moment. It's a reminder that even though life is short, it's filled with countless blessings. Living with gratitude also helps us stay grounded in the present. When we're grateful for what we have right now, we stop worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Instead, we appreciate the gift of this moment and all the possibilities it holds. 7. Legacy. What do you want to leave behind? Finally, when we acknowledge that life is short, we begin to think about the legacy we want to leave behind. What do you want people to remember about you? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world, your community, or the people around you? Your legacy isn't just about the achievements you accomplish or the material things you leave behind. It's about how you make others feel. It's about the kindness you show, the love you give, and the difference you make in the lives of others. Living with the awareness that life is short encourages us to live more intentionally, to focus on what really matters, and to leave a positive mark on the world. Whether it's through acts of kindness, sharing your talents, or simply being a source of support for others, your legacy is built in the everyday moments of your life. Conclusion. Embrace the gift of time. Life is short, but that very fact is what makes it so incredibly precious. The brevity of life isn't something to fear, but something to inspire us to live more fully, love more deeply, and cherish each moment as the gift that it is. Embrace the present. Live with intention. Prioritize the things and people that matter most. Let go of fear and procrastination and start taking action toward your dreams. Life's shortness is not a limitation. It's an invitation to live with purpose, gratitude, and passion. Remember, the time you have is valuable. Make every moment count.